So Chris, I think Yeezy's trying to take a quantum leap into basketball.
That was terrible.
So I'll leave that for the deleted scenes.
Huh?
Hey everyone, and welcome to SneakerWeb. My name's Rico.
My name is Chris.
And today we have the very interesting looking Yeezy Quantum in the Onyx colorway. Now, Chris, the Onyx is very well known in other Yeezy colorways.
Yeah.
Please elaborate on such colorways in the Yeezy line with this as well.
So normally when you get the Onyx colorway, I have seen it with the 700 line. It just goes array, even the slate, you know, you get a lot of the dark end colorways. This one though is kind of like a gray and black mix.
Okay.
So you don't really see too many of those, but
like a graphite-ish?
Yeah, like you kind of get those. But you get different materials though with this one that weren't on other Yeezy shoes to begin with. So I think that's what makes this kind of unique.
This is very unique in the fact that it's the first Yeezy basketball shoe to begin with. And the fact that Yeezy is getting into the basketball market, not talking about the upcoming Yeezy Quantum 2, I guess,
possibly
coming up. We may get those in for you guys to review as well, but we'll see in the future. But talking about these, talking about the predecessor before those, these are definitely interesting. On the heavier side of the basketball realm, I don't have a scale to scale these, but this, especially in the bottom, like that boost, the boost is very heavy. And I remember that in the D Rose line when they first introduced boost into a basketball shoe, that the bottom part was particularly heavy and your feet would get especially tired after playing. So that may be the case with these. But getting into the materials, like you mentioned, Chris, in the basketball pairs, there's actually two versions of the basketball pairs.
Yeah.
So technically there's 3 different material choices that you get.
Yeah.
So first is the casual, which is just regular mesh. And then in the basketball pairs, you get 2 material choices, which is just straight prime knit upper. And then the, what's it called? I don't know the other name of the material. I'll have to put it in the subtext here, but it's another type of material that's just a synthetic textile that goes over the upper here. But you also get a tiny bit of raw materials, which I like, even if it's so little, which is at the toe cap, which is this nice suede material. And then you have a premium nylon prime knit in the back. And then this super, I don't know if it's gonna come off with the soft lights here, but in the B-roll, I'm definitely gonna capture it. This super highlighted heel counter, which apparently is banned for being too bright.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I would have been okay if they didn't shove a gigantic reflective heel counter. Personally, I would have been okay with it if it was just this portion of here where the separation is, and it's just this back piece right here, and then the bottom kind of emulated what was over here.
I did think it was a big interrupting piece in the design.
Yeah, I understand like he tries to make statement pieces, but there's almost sometimes where too much is just too much, and it just comes off as a little too much to me. Do I like the feel of it back here? Of course. It serves its purpose, and the only thing I wish is that he would have used more of this suede material or more on this shoe. Because I feel like it's like probably one of the best feelings on this shoe, aside from the other stuff that's attached to it.
You know, because the nylon mesh and the prime knit, they actually serve pretty well as a stability overlay piece. That they could have just put suede accents like in this stringy pattern. And I feel like it would have been dope.
Yeah, I feel like even if they had just even made the tongue suede, I feel like that would have been pretty dope too. But honestly, I'm not too mad at this shoe. It kind of serves the purpose that it serves. Now the top part here is kind of a little thinned out, you know? But I get it because most of the shoe is already kind of heavy set to begin with. So to have a thick,
they kind of have to offset it.
Yeah, it would have been too much. But personally for me, I just think this shoe overall, the colorway is awesome. The gray and black mix is really well together. Again, I did want more of that suede, but I can live, you know, without it.
I mean, definitely for off-court appeal as well. Probably when I'm done testing these, I'm definitely gonna rock these as much as I can, especially for a retail price tag of $250.
Yeah,
that is a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, and I get it. You know, the amount of materials that he uses in here, a lot of woven stitching in between where that crosses over, and then you still see a lot of the boost underneath in that clear sole. So you can see that he's going a step further by adding as many materials to a shoe as possible. And a lot of people don't give these credit for the amount of materials that are shoved onto this shoe.
I do agree, but again, for the fact that it's a basketball shoe and the fact that you can get better performance out of a $150, $140 price tag shoe, like the KDs that we just reviewed, if you want to go check those out. But again, hopefully that this is a good, I mean, I haven't seen many other reviews, but hopefully I have a good experience in these where it was a good start for a basketball shoe for Yeezys to have a good foundation to go forward in. I will say the foundation of this shoe, which is the herringbone on the bottom, very nice. The pictures don't do it justice. I didn't know how thick this was.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how thickly spaced the grooves were because the first pictures I believe we got was like that milky color traction.
Yeah.
And it did not show the true depth and the true, you know, thickness of this.
Yeah, and that's what I was telling you before, like the bottom, I figured you'd be a little bit more surprised because feeling these and even feeling the casual shoes.
Yeah.
He still kind of goes a step further and still uses this kind of material on the bottom, which I was sorely impressed. I think that was one of the things that really caught my eye, aside from how well he hid the boost, was having this nice traction feel. And, you know, when you see a lot of shoes that claim to be basketball shoes, a lot of the times they get that part wrong.
Yeah.
And I think traction for that is so important, and that also goes with the weight of the shoe. So I think dragging this along and then having good traction is probably a good idea on that end.
Very true. And I know that we've talked about the cushion, which is the boost in here. We all know what to expect from boost, but I do want to talk about a few of the stability and support system in this shoe that's actually quite hidden. And if you only took a minute to look at it, you would actually notice. So starting off with the bottom, you can actually see through it is this nice Y-shaped torsion bar, which actually provides a little bit of stability for not only the torsion system, but also provides a little bit of stability for the boost as well, and to give you a little extra spring back. This actual pattern actually was first introduced on the D-Rose 5 when they introduced the spring plate. And getting into another key part of the support features, which is actually highlighted in 3M, which is the nylon strands, which is embedded into the midfoot section here and goes all the way to the forefoot. That I actually felt a lot, especially tightening up these shoes. And like you said, the exaggerated heel counter, you really do feel it when you tighten these up all the way.
Yeah, and going back to the bottom of this, under here, usually I didn't notice this until the C-Teal was released.
Yes.
Because you can actually see it through the bottom of the shoe. And then I'm glad that he's kind of continuing to go along with it and keep adding them in the shoes. And I think now he's just adding them more into this lineup of shoes because I think the previous ones didn't have it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty dope. Laces, you get your standard thick laces.
Yeah.
You know, they're black, stretchy. I kind of like how he puts them aligned down the middle, instead of giving that outside feel, because it kind of makes it feel like you're actually, when you're tying your shoes, it kind of points it in a way that you want it to.
So what he's talking about is instead of having outside laces, it's an internal lacing system, so that way it actually pulls everything together and acts and pretty much more securely secures your foot to the footbed.
Yeah, and it just feels good overall. Having that security. Some people like their shoes a little loose. I prefer, if I'm playing basketball, I want my shoes to kind of be snug and kind of fit on my foot, so I think that works out the best. And
talking about that fit, actually, I do recommend immediately go down half a size in these, but if you are rocking them casually, you can go true to size, especially for wide footers. You do have a lot of room in this shoe. And that kind of takes care of everything for the Yeezy Quantum in the Onyx colorway. If you guys like what you see here, make sure you guys subscribe, and if you guys are interested in these, or if you guys already played in these, leave a comment down below. letting me know how you like them or if you didn't like them. And if you guys, again, like what you see here, make sure you hit that bell notification to swing by next time for more awesome content.
All right, guys. See you later.
Peace.